Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise. We've had a sincere, a crazy technical situation, but we are in the house. I'm not sure what's going on music-wise. We've got the cheers, we've got the content, we've got the freshly pressed t-shirt, but we don't have, unfortunately, we do not have X. Something really bad has happened with X. I'll explain in a minute, but I do apologise. Normally, alright, can't ride BMX. Normally, it's well slick. Oh my God, I don't know what happened. I'm not even sure where the music is coming from. I'll explain in a minute, but first of all, I want to get some... hello, the Mark House. I want to get some clarity. Addicted to Retro, how you doing? Grass and Maniac. Good evening. I hope you're all in from Twitch. Give me a shout if you're here from Twitch. Let me know if YouTube is working. I don't have a great deal of faith. Ah, Jonathan Faulkner, how you doing? Oh, thanks, Psychic Janet. Great to see all of you. Just bear with me 1 second. Let's have a look. I think we're good. Let me just try this one. There we go. Yes. The music's working. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Way of the Exploding Show. Coming at you every Sunday. A little bit slicker than this normally. On, well, a range of platforms. But this evening, not X, I'm afraid. I'm really, really sorry. But basically, as you may be aware, I've changed my profile picture across a number of different platforms, right? Okay. But when I changed it on X, there was a little security message that came up. X obviously wondering if I'm, the owner of the account and should I be changing details around the account. And so the net result is, and I'm guessing it might be because it's a bank holiday, the account is not suspended, but it's kind of like being reviewed. That's it. They're reviewing the account. Right, and in order to stream, you need to be a verified pro user, whatever it is, and that's what they're reviewing. They're just making sure that it's me that's changed the account, that it's not been hacked. So I didn't find this out until literally I pressed go live, and then the software glitched out because it couldn't simultaneously broadcast to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and X because one of them failed. Everything went wrong. And so I started streaming and I had to stop streaming. That's what's happened. But it doesn't matter. It's great to be here. Sorry that you can't join me on X. It's such a shame. Giles, how you doing? No Twitter, so I've moved here. Did you hear that, Giles? That's a full explanation. You can watch in vertical format, Giles. Happy Dude UK, Rob Wishart, William Redog, Linda Law, Roman Rico, Paul, Supercars, MSW, you often pop in. Say hello. It's nice to see you, Supercars. Osborne too. And then, yep, YouTuber in the house. Rob H, Dr. Oculus. Have we got a Phil Hoy yet? Okay, good to see you. So much going on. Went to see a particular film last night, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But first of all, I just want to say welcome to Way of the Exploding Show. If you're new, then this show goes out every Sunday, 9 p.m. I'm laughing just because I made such an absolute mess of the opening. And it's sponsored by this amazing show, which movie, which now you can't see because I've got a white t-shirt on. ControlAIDelete.net, which is an amazing movie, which feels so real now because the Kickstarter has been submitted for approval. Let's hear a yay. And we're waiting to get the Kickstarter URL. As you might see, I'll show you this actually. I've gone over all of my socials and I've added this banner. All right. So what do you think? Do you like it? Can you let me know? Hi, Flix, Flibix FPS. I'm guessing you might be one of my son's mates. Am I right? Addicted to Retro, Ponder. Dr. Oculus, very kindly, Dr. Oculus VR is popping the URL to the website that supports this show. I've just realised that banner is a little bit high, so you can't see that. yeah, so I've added that banner to all of my socials. In fact, I can show you. I think I can show you that. Let's get some tunes on. Where are we? Let's have a look. There we go. There. No, that's not right, is it? Just bear with me. There we go. Probably not that clear to see. I'll just describe it to you. You'll be able to see it on Instagram because of the way that Instagram is formatted, but everyone else will have to kind of imagine what it looks like. I've upgraded the visuals to my accounts on LinkedIn, X, Facebook is there, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. And that's all about trying to send the message that this amazing film, Control AI Delete, is now really weeks away from launching. All right, so it's launching on the 27th of September, which is very, very exciting. And that's the first of many banners that I'm going to be throwing up there, so you get the basic idea. Awesome, thank you. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. We love that. And there's the URL. So how you doing? Okay, yes, you're a friend of Res Hex. I thought so. Looking good, Ponder. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. The good news, your X profile picture has updated. Thank you, Dr. Oculus. Yeah, but they've turned off the account. Well, they haven't turned off the account. Basically, it's paused. All right, the account is paused. It's being reviewed because I made so many changes to it. I'm guessing some algorithm somewhere, ironically enough, thought I was an AI and that I was hacking the bloke off the Gadget Show's account. When in actual fact, it was me all along. DX5 in the house. How you doing? Hey, DX5, ladies and gentlemen. I watched DX5's live broadcast on YouTube. I watched the whole thing on, was it Friday night? Where you had your Pro Max was giving you some trouble, wasn't it? And you handled it really, really well. And he gave us a medley of tunes. Oh, amazing. Depeche Mode tunes. Playing 4 keyboards at once. Even did a poll. Do you think I can play 4 keyboards at once? The answer was yes. That's DX5. Show DX5 some love. He's on YouTube, which is great. We don't have that many watching on YouTube. So, yeah, it's good to be here. Such a shame that Twitter is not working because X is really, it brings so many people to the stream. Literally, it adds hundreds to the stream, but it's not a problem. So you fixed it, DX5. You fixed your Pro Max. I'm really pleased. I did see your post. It was a soldering job, wasn't it? Yeah, superb. Okay, so what else have we got? Right, I want to show you something that requires a spoiler alert symbol, which is interesting for me. I don't normally bother with spoiler alerts, but I went to see Alien Romulus, which was really cool. I really enjoyed the film. What do you think about it, folks? I'm really fascinated to know what you think. I've got some notes that I've taken here just to help me, formulate some thoughts. I've got some images as well that we can bring up. So first of all, in chat, let me know if you've seen the film. I'll be really interested to know that. Yeah, I would say that I loved the first 2 acts completely. I loved the old school technology. And I mean, I know that me putting up a spoiler alert doesn't sort of negate the fact that I might actually spoil some of this. I'll try not to. It's really worth going to see. I think it's a real cinematic event. We had a great sound system. I don't know what the tech was in the cinema where I was, but it was absolutely awesome. It was really loud, which I like. And yeah, the sound was amazing. The visuals were super retro. All the computers and the CRTs and the kind of operating systems were circa 1979 and then circa Aliens a couple of years after that. Really good. I loved it. The whole environment was lovely. There were loads of callbacks to the original movies. The dialogue, like I prefer the phrase, or I prefer synthetic human. I remember that one. Some other ones. I can't say because they might be in the quiz today. By the way, we got a quiz, a great quiz if you're new. We do it at 9:30, so quite soon, about 15 minutes time, and it's all retro, but it's going to have a bit of an Aliens theme. Or Alien franchise theme. Nothing that most of you won't know the answers to or be able to work out, but just to give you a bit of a heads up on that. I liked the android that trying not to give you too many spoilers, harks back to another famous android from previous films. That was a really good inclusion. And I was told by someone that a lot of it was live action, that it was made using a lot of puppetry and actual physical elements with very few CGI elements. Now, I don't know, I haven't verified that in any way. I don't know how true that might be. If that is the case, then my God, it was amazing, because some of the stuff was, you know, would have been good if it was CGI. Loads of face huggers. As you've probably seen, I'm not giving away anything that you've not seen in the trailer. Multiple face huggers, like a swarm. Which, when you consider in the first movie, how many were there? There was one or two, wasn't there? I can't remember. But it was believable the way that they were fended off and not. It was really good. Let me just look in chat. Great film, but falls off a cliff in the last 20 minutes, in my opinion, says Elam. Nice to see you. Went to see it in 4DX. Commodore Man, would you please explain what that is? I'm guessing it's some form of extreme surround sound setup. Not seen it, but allegedly it's ranked third out of all of the Alien movies. Well, that wouldn't be bad based on how many movies there are. What are there, 10? There's loads. The first two acts, I agree with Elam. The first two acts are absolutely superb. The third act, well, what can I say? It's very much a Freddy Alvarez vibe. Also shares something. It shares something of the Alien Resurrection concept. That's all I'll say. Things get a little bit humanoid, a bit genetic, which, I wasn't a huge fan of. But having said that, it's kind of a signature of Alvarez and some of the other horror films that he's made, where the third act gets a little bit kind of freaky. And I don't mind freakiness in horror. It's kind of part of the genre. I liked it. I liked Andy, by the way. That's the synthetic humanoid. I thought he was really interesting. And actually, the way that he went through various sort of psychological changes, I thought was very convincing and quite haunting. And the various kind of iterations of the xenomorph, the teeth, the way that the alien, the queen, if you like, not that it was the queen, but the kind of, what would you call them? A kind of sort of fighting alien was rendered, was brilliant. The movement was amazing. It was really tense. Oh, the weaponry was great. There was a cool weapon. It was a new version of the pulse rifle. Had a really subtle upgrade where it would auto target. Really, really cool stuff. And lots of good scenes, lots of good use of space and mood lighting, action sequences. There was a couple of elevator sequences, which you'll remember from Aliens, which I really liked. They kind of echoed that. A bit of Aliens mixed with Die Hard. It was that sort of thing. I felt there were very many callbacks, not just to the Alien franchise and the Alien movies, but also 80s and 90s action and horror films in general, and I really like that about it. What else have I got in my notes? That's it. I think there's a lot of potential for a sequel. I think the concept of, I like the character of Borg. I think his name was Borg. One too many British actors though, and I don't really think I'd say that. But having said that, the Alien films, certainly the first two were, and the first three actually, were very British in terms of their cast, and made. I think they were made at Pinewood, weren't they? They were certainly made in the UK, and they had a lot of UK tech talent on board. But the cast was almost exclusively British, apart from two characters. And one of them, Borg, was a kind of dislikable kid from the wrong side of the tracks. I liked him. I thought he was interesting. I also liked the main female lead. What was her name? I was going to say Sky because I knew it was something to do with the elements. It was Rain. She was excellent. I did think in several shots, and I'm sure it wasn't coincidental, that there was a lot of, she was kind of channeling Sigourney Weaver. She looked a lot like Sigourney Weaver, not physically, just in terms of the kind of, the way that she kind of became. Well, she didn't become the ultimate badass like Sigourney's character does, Ripley, but she had she kind of stepped into the badass shoes, through need rather than choice. the way that the cinematography worked, the lighting, the dress, she did very much look like Ripley. And I like that because it's one of my favourite film franchises ever, and I've seen all the movies multiple times. Certainly the first two, Alien and Aliens, probably 20 times. Yeah, potential for sequel. I didn't finish that. Potential for sequel is good, I feel, because of where the third act goes and the fact that Rain sort of set sail for that planet. I can't remember, but she's going to be 9 years in hypersleep. Again, another callback in it to the opening of Aliens. But there we go. Brilliant. I'm just going to read your comments. I've not been very generous reading your comments. Just needed to get in a flow and get that all out. A BTS on Resurrection. Sigourney Weaver massaged the basketball shot and it was nearly ruined because the cast reacted in surprise. Okay, that's Skewy Cat. Moving chairs, sprays of water in sprinkler scene, bursts of air from hot seats, etc. adds to the immersion mostly. Made loads of changes. All right, sorry. Dr. Oculus is explaining to people why I'm not on X this evening. I can only apologise. Loads of nice tie-ins, said Elam. To the wider Alien films, though. Pays good homage to Prometheus and Covenant. Yeah, nice to see the wider story embraced. And Commodore Man, I love stuff like that, but nobody else does that I know. Okay, cool. Marvellous stuff. Just popping over to Instagram land. Hello and welcome to Way of the Exploding Show, where we're starting off talking about Alien Romulus, because I saw it last night. We actually covered the show, this movie, on Way of the Exploding Show a couple of months ago. I looked at the trailer, so it's nice to kind of come full circle. Loads of you keep popping in. Jonathan Faulkner, gutted, got to go, issue at home. Take care, Jace. Looking good. Thanks, man. Good luck with the Kickstarter. Thanks, buddy. When is it set, Giles? Well, the opening, they go through the wreckage of the Nostromo. So, I don't know, actually. I should know. Because in the timeline, and with the cryo sleep, it could be 100 years. But maybe 20 years, maybe, I'm guessing. I don't know. No idea. Okay, cool. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the news item about Alien Romulus. Really enjoyed that. Loads of fun. Now, I want to do something fun. Which is I need to... Let me just get rid of that spoiler alert. I need to record something that I'm going to make an animated GIF out of. I need to record it in widescreen. I want you to help me, just like you did. Was it last week where you helped me, or the week before, open a box? Do you remember that? I will show you the result of that pretty soon because it worked really, really well. But right now, I want to unbox something. Now, if you were on my X account this week, then you'd see that I unboxed, I was about to unbox something, and I asked a question on X, what is this? So it's covered in cellophane or bubble wrap or whatever, and I asked people to volunteer their suggestions as to what it was. I'm going to do the same thing now, except I'm going to... 20 years after the original, Skewy Cat says about Alien Romulus. Thank you for clearing that up. All right, here we go. Hang on. We're just going to go back to this. Titania Michelle, official, said Ripley's ship was docked on the space station and can be seen drifting off when the station rips apart. That's interesting. Anyway, right, so the aforementioned item is this. This is the item that I showed on X this week. And I asked people if they could guess what it was. And some of the suggestions were VHS cassette. Other people said various sort of gaming things. What we're going to do is I'm going to set up another camera. I'm going to whack it on here. I'm going to set up another camera. And we're going to, with your help as directors, we're going to shoot it. Literally, all I'm going to do is unbox it. And then I'm going to make some kind of animated GIF out of that. Okay, bear with me. So I've got a separate camera here, so that we can just get it done and not waste loads of time. Right. Move that into position. If you've you've just joined, welcome to the show. This is Wave, the Exploding Show. And one of the things that I've done over the weeks is get you to act as directors and content creators. And this is one of those times. Okay, I'm just going to sight this up. Feel free to suggest what you think this item might be in chat. I'm doing a wide shot, and then I'm going to make sure that it's small enough in frame so I could also do a vertical format version. Matisse making a shadow. Okay, here we go. You're watching Wave, the Exploding Show. If you've just joined, hi! We're doing a shot together. Team, are we ready for this? I'll need an action in a minute. What have we got for suggestions? A Bradbury man bag. That's Skewy Cat. No, it's not. A clapperboard for the movie. Well, it is an item for the movie. It's more of a prop. Sexy camera, by the way, says Philip. Hi, Philip Hoy. Sorry that X isn't working, dude. Roll VT, Errol, says Ponder. A ZX Spectrum says Addicted to Retro. You thought it was a VHS cassette, didn't you, Phil Hoy, earlier? Let's have a look. Gonna move the mic back. Okay, right. I think we're there. I think we're ready. Okay, folks. Let's do this. Let's do this. Give me an action in chat and we'll do this. I don't see an action, team. Go! Action! All right, here we go. Oh! There we go. Who was it that said ZX Spectrum? Let me know in chat. You get a round of applause. Yeah, it's a ZX Spectrum. Beautiful. I'll just focus that in. And cut. Right, I'll just carefully put this camera away so that I don't make any mistakes. Tell you what, we'll get it off the tripod. We'll take it off the tripod just to be extra safe. There we go. Just lay that down there. There we go. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. There we go. Yes. Philip Hoy, was it someone said? Is it an A7? Yeah, it is. It's an A7 IV, I think. I think it is. DX5, how you doing, buddy? What are you up to? Let's have a look. Wow, surprise, haha. Oh yeah, good. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a vintage ZX Spectrum, as you can see, it's in pucker condition. I'll just get it in front of camera. There's not no light there, is there? Isn't that beautiful? So I bought this off a lady on Facebook Marketplace. I don't think I've ever bought anything on Facebook Marketplace before. My first purchase. It's literally, this is the first time I've seen it. It's not dented. There are no scratches that I can see. It's a little dusty, which is fine. I don't mind that. It's got a thing on the back there. I don't know what that means. I wonder what that code means. It relates to that number. Can you see that? It relates to that number. That number is the same as that number. Anyone know why? Isn't it beautiful though? Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to have to work out how I can get the signal out of it. Let me know in chat. I wouldn't mind getting that. I tell you where I want to have that output to. A CRT, a cathode ray tube. But the problem I've got, it's a PVM, a personal video monitor, made by Sony, right? So it's a cathode ray tube, but it doesn't have an aerial input like most CRT TVs do. Any ideas? No cables, no power supply, no audio cassettes with code on them. All of that I'm going to have to find. Just notice there is a slight, there is a little chip, not a chip, just some paint off there, but it's virtually invisible, and also it's not actually a dent, so I could probably touch that up. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so why have I got myself a ZX Spectrum, apart from the fact that everyone should have one? I've got this because I have written a movie, as you know, that features old school computers, and the one computer that I've not managed to photograph properly is one of the main stars of the show. I want the ZX Spectrum to feature heavily in the movie, and I need some good images of it, and I need to have it on the website, on the Kickstarter and so on. And I've had to use kind of generic images because now when you're doing a commercial project like this, obviously you can't just use any image. You can't just go to Google and grab an image. I mean, you can, but you might end up having to pay someone some money. So everything I'm using on my Kickstarter around Control AI Delete, which is the sponsor of this channel, if you're interested. A movie soon to be on Kickstarter. The 27th of September is when we launch it. Yeah, you know, I don't want the headache of being asked to pay for images or video or whatever. So there you go. Isn't it great? I'll try and get it working, and if I get it working, I'll put it on my social. There's the microphone input. Isn't that cool? So that's, I'm guessing, it's so many years since I've actually used one properly. I've got the Spectrum Next with its HDMI output and so on, but I don't have. I haven't used the original for many years. So I'm guessing that's where I put the earphone. Well, the microphone is where I put the output from a cassette player. I've got a cassette player, luckily. Let me see. I'm sure some of you are going to be telling me some cool things about this. Definitely seen a guy who does a Spectrum show with many add-ons. Cool, says Skewy Cat. I have an original Spectrum 220 to 240 power supply somewhere. Well, this just says 9 volts there. If you need to tell me something about the power supply so I don't blow myself up, do let me know. Obviously, I had several Spectrums over the years. I'm not a Spectrum virgin. I just haven't had one for 15 years, 20 years maybe. And I've got so many different computers, I've sort of forgotten what I'm supposed to do. Apart from plug a 48k RAM pack into that slot. Is that one of the 16 or 48k ones? It'll be a 16, won't it? Okay, thank you. This is what I wanted to know. Addicted to retro. Warning, it's a reversed VE and plus VE power supply. Oh, is it 48k Spectrum? Was it 48k as standard? And so when I bought a RAM pack, would that have been for my ZX81 then? Get them wrong and a transistor will blow. Thank you, guys. That's really important. 81, ZX81. Oh, yeah, because I bought the RAM pack. I remember getting very excited about it. That's cool. I mean, I wouldn't have plugged it in without double checking. Is it the polarity then? Is it that inner section there? I mean, the truth is, it doesn't even need to work. Because the lady made very clear. She said, I'm not sure. It's my dad's. Or it was my dad's. It's my dad's. It's my dad's. And she's not sure if it even works. But I said it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter because it's a prop. If it doesn't work, then the Spectrum Next that I've got in the cupboard over there, I'll get it for you. Hang on a minute. I can't open the cupboard without Do you know what's funny? I'll tell you something funny. The reason I can't open the cupboard and get the Spectrum Next out to compare them is because the Sinclair C5 is actually right there, and the half the camera tripod is on the seats portion of the Sinclair C5. That's the truth. That's crazy, right? Because I used the Sinclair C5 to do the Timeless Gaming Convention 2 weeks ago. Anyway, there we go. What time are we on? I'm guessing we're way over time. We're not too far off. Okay, thank you, team, for enabling me to get that on video. Great stuff. You rock. And I think now, what I don't want to do is miss your conversation, because you're going to give us some great insight into what I should do with that ZX Spectrum. Lovely bit of kit. Says, in PS we trust. Lovely to see. Phil's YouTube podcast account enter the show. Lovely bit of kit. Never owned one. My collection starts with Master System. Yeah, NES. I have both of those myself. Sign up to the newsletter. Thank you, Dr. Oculus, by visiting controlaidelete.net. That's right. Danker 1990, Sinclair blocking a Sinclair. You can't make it up. You can't make it up, bro. You're going to need a Kempston interface, right? Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little Kempston joystick. I'd like that very much. So is that where that serial port will come in handy, is it? I reckon you're probably right. My mate had a Memo Tech RAM pack that fit into the back perfectly, which stopped a wobble. Yeah. I don't feel like there's any wobble. Oh, you're talking about the ZX81. Brilliant. All right, marvellous. Right, well, thanks for the warning about the power supply. I'll make sure that I heed those warnings. But there, we're there. Okay, folks. Wicked. We've got to the point in the show when I believe it's time for us to play a quiz. Should we do that? Let's get the quiz thing going on. Oh my gosh. 1982 Sinclair Research Limited has just popped into chat. There you go. I'll show you something else that you'll recognise and that I just mentioned to everyone else, which is a bit bonkers. And that is the... see, I wasn't joking. That's an image of the Sinclair C5 that the camera that you're watching me on is connected to by virtue of a tripod, you see, and that's why I couldn't get the Spectrum Next out of the cupboard. How bonkers is that? So, 1982 Sinclair Research Limited. Tell us about you. You're on Twitch. I'm interested. Are you officially involved in Sinclair or just a huge fan? I'd love to know. Ponder PRG, I think you'd better off getting a Div MMC Future rather than a Kempston interface. It has a Kempston compatible joystick and allows loading games via SD card. Wow, that sounds great. What I was going to say is, if I can't get this thing up and running in order to do some cool shots that I'm going to use, well, it's not. I suppose it's not too late to put them in the promo, but the promo is now very ready for showing. In fact, what are we going to do about that? I did plan to show you the promo tonight, but because X is not on board, and also because we've used up so much time doing all the other stuff. I wonder, shall we do how about this? Let's do a special live broadcast in the week, all right? When X is up and running, we'll do a special, because I have news that I won't be broadcasting next Sunday, okay? I've got some family stuff to do that's unavoidable. I'd love to do the show. Very little stops me, but the family stuff does hold me back. Sometimes it can't be avoided. Family's got to come first, right? So what we could do is, assuming I can get this X account thing resolved, because it said something about 5 days or something. But anyway, if I can get it resolved, then we'll stream not one, but 2 promos. The 2 mini teaser promos of the movie. We'll stream them, because I've been promising to do that for ages, haven't I? So we'll do that. But what I was going to say is the full version of the promo, which is 4 minutes long, it could potentially feature this. It's not guaranteed, but certainly some of the social will, and the Kickstarter site itself absolutely will. So that's why it's there. But I was going to say, if I can't actually get this working, it doesn't matter. I could use the output of the Spectrum next. That's my point. But I quite like that idea of, that interface, the div MMC that gives me SD card into that. That's crazy, man. Okay, cool. Let's get on with the quiz, folks. First question in tonight's quiz. Here we go. I told you the first few are Alien franchise themed. Here we go. What is the name of the android character played by Lance Henriksen in Aliens? It's going to be one of those that you're like, I know it, but I'm not sure. Is it Ash? Is it Rook? Is it Bishop? Or is it David? Lance Henriksen, who I met in a bar in Leicester Square. I went to the opening of an Aliens-themed, I guess you'd call it an experience in Leicester Square. I was invited. And I went to the bar. And there was a man sat at the bar, and no one was paying him any attention. All the attention was with the other, because I think Sigourney Weaver was there, I think. And it was Lance Henriksen, and I chatted to him. We had a drink together. How cool is that? But that actor, which of the androids did he play? Okay, that's question number 1 of tonight's Weird Exploding Quiz. Question number 2. What is the name of the mercenary ship? This is really hard. In 1997's Alien Resurrection. That is really hard. Maybe by a process of deduction you can work it out. Is it the Nostromo, the Sulaco, the Betty, or the Prometheus? Wow, that's hard, man. That is so hard. We used to have someone that joined us in chat regularly whose name was something like Wayland Yutani or something like that. So they were very much, a specialist in this area. Mort75, are you still in the house? Great to see you. Let me go over to Instagram. I haven't chatted to you, have I, Insta? How you doing, Instagram? Charlie Street, Stephen Nurcott. Sam Davies, how you doing, dude? Are you still in the house? I've only just noticed that you were there. Eds5 is there. Thanks, Eds. Good to see you turning up again. Dave Smith, Dave's Mint 87, Robert Mitchell Jenkins, Hamadal Slimy. Wow. I am Ian VC. Caspian Clothing. Good to see all of you. Steve Nethercott owned a 16K. Well, it would have been a ZX81, wouldn't it? Ryan is with us, as is Giles Lingwood, still there. As you know, my dad was key to the design of it. He was a rubber technologist. Dude, I remember you saying that to me. That's absolutely amazing. Big shout out to your dad, Giles. That's cool. That's very, very cool to know. Psychic Janet, keep keep getting kicked off. Can anyone see me? Yes, I can see you, Psychic Janet. You are with us. You're with us. Okay. Back to question number 3. Let's do it. Okay, how many rounds does the basic, listen carefully to this, the basic battery-powered M41A pulse rifle have when loaded as recommended? That's really, really important. That's a piece of alien lore, okay? So just be careful. Is it 95 rounds, 100 rounds, 200 rounds, or 1,000 rounds? Interesting. Some great stuff coming back about the ZX Spectrum. Thanks, people. Hello to Rusty, UK, Shandy, Smurf Dog. Hope the Insta is proving stable. Let me know, Psychic Janet. I don't see you in there. So you're watching Wave the Exploding Show. We come to you every Sunday at 9 p.m. Normally, we're joined by a massive crowd of people from X. X is one of the best platforms that I stream on because I simulcast on X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. But unfortunately this evening, because of a technical glitch based on me messing around with my account earlier in the day, my account is subject to review at the moment because I've changed all the graphics, all the account, the profile pictures and stuff. And because it's under review, the software picked up that I'm not a premium subscriber, which I am, and it wouldn't allow the software. In fact, it crashed the whole show. Anyway, enough about that. DX5 said, don't forget to hit the like button. I like that. Thank you so much. Right, let's have a look. Question number 3, question number 4 in tonight's Wave the Explaining Quiz. What else is significant about the M41A pulse rifle? Okay, what else? It has a grenade launcher. It fires laser bolts. It has auto-targeting, or it has a 20,000 rounds battery, meaning its battery is good for 20,000 rounds of shooting, right? So cool. See, I did tell you that if you didn't know these, or if you weren't overly enamored with half the quiz being dedicated to the film that I watched last night and really enjoyed, Alien Romulus, then you'd be okay by virtue of you know, just being able to work out from the context of some of the answers what the right one might be by a process of elimination. There you go. Question number 4. Question number 5. Okay. You should know this. I'm not going to tell you why, but you should know this, whether or not you've seen the movie. In 2024's Alien Romulus, what's significant about the new F-44AA pulse rifle? It's got aim assist. It's got a sentry mode. It's got a nuke grenade or an integrated cloaking device. You don't need to have seen the movie. You just need to be watching this broadcast. That's all I'm going to say. If you're paying attention earlier on, you really don't have to. I'm cool if you're living a life and, you know, watching this on the side. But if you were paying attention, if you're able, and you've been with us from the beginning, I gave you the answer to this. As you know, this show, Way of the Exploding Show, is all about what we call new retro, okay? So yes, we talk about the 80s and 90s, or anything south of the noughties, as I say. But also, that includes things, pop culture assets from movies, TV, music, games, from those eras or relating to those 2 decades that are prescient, that are now, that are contemporary, okay? That's why we talk about video games that feature things like Starship Troopers or Cyberpunk 2077, or we talk about virtual reality because virtual reality really has its beginnings in the 80s, you see? And this question is one such contemporary thing. Question number 6 now. Which of these elements do not appear in the 1990 arcade game Aliens? Now that is a great game. It's one of my favourite arcade games of all time. I'm looking for an element that's from the Alien universe that does not appear in the arcade machine game called Aliens, where you can play as Ripley. I think, well, is there a choice of people? Well, I always play as Ripley, so I wouldn't know. So, one of these does not feature in that game. The APC, the Armoured Personnel Carrier. You know, that really cool vehicle, which I think the props department used. One of those vehicles that either tows or is able to drive under aircraft in airports. I'm guessing they probably bought it from Heathrow. And then they did it up as an army vehicle, and it looks so cool. The power loader, the famous power loader, the P5000 Caterpillar, I think it was, power loader. Face huggers, do they feature in the 1990 arcade game Aliens? And what about a nuke? If you remember, in the second film, Aliens, which character is it who says that they're going to nuke them from space or nuke them from orbit? I'm sure that's the line he uses. Okay. Which of those things do not feature in that fantastic 1990 arcade machine? Question number 7 coming up. Name the 1999 parody movie that stars Sigourney Weaver. So we're out of the Aliens questions now, but we're still harking back. Was she in a parody movie in 1999 called Spy Hard? Was it Galaxy Quest? Was it Wayne's World 2 or Loaded Weapon 1? It's the only way to be sure. Yeah, well said. That's right. Nuke 'em from orbit. Hi, Psychic. Well, I can see you, Psychic. Over in Instagram. Robin, UK. Case buddy. Are you having any issues, Eds? You seem to be answering the questions. I'm not going to tell you whether you're answering correctly or not, but I can see you answering them. Are you having any issues with Insta? Is it okay? Okay, that's question number 7. Question number 8, we're going to move on. All right, here we go. It's a lyric, and you've got to tell me which song you think this lyric is from. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? Is that a lyric from 99 Red Balloons by Nina? Dancing with Tears in My Eyes by Ultravox. It's only smaller because I couldn't fit it in. Enola Gay by Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, or Forever Young by Alphaville. Big shout out to Commodore Man, Rob H, Phil Hoy, Dr. Oculus, Addicted to Retro, Yetz, Commodore, oh no, sorry, said that, Danker, Ponder, Skewy Cat, Aleem, Danker, so many of you, iQuail, good to see you there, DX5, Fuzzy Tiger, who just joined on Instagram, Andy Valiant, Peter Reedy, Evie Johns, great to see you. Question number 8. Question number 9. Which film featured here also featured an OMD track? Is that a still from a film that featured Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, at least musically? And is it Who's That Girl, Desperately Seeking Susan, Pretty in Pink, or The Breakfast Club? So I've given you an image which could be from one of those 4 movies, and that might be enough for you, but I've also said that that movie featured one of the artists that I gave you in the previous question. That's question number 9. And the final question before we spin back and look at the answers. What were some of the leading actors in Pretty in Pink also in? The Brat Pack, I, Daniel Blake, Aliens, or OMD? Let me see if you know the answer to that question. Final question, question number 10 in tonight's Way of the Exploding quiz. There we go. It's going to spin over. Yeah, there's a slight delay. I can see it on Instagram by about 30 seconds or so. Hopefully you'll resolve that. Okay, that's it. We're going to spin back now. Okay? And the way that it works is quite simple. All we do is I'm going to tell you the answer, and then whether you've got it right or not, you can indicate. So if it's question number 3 and you've got the first 2 right, you'd write 2/3. Or if we're on the 5th question and you've got 2 right, it would be 2/5. That way we can have a rush to the top to see who is doing well. And as we near question number 10, we'll know whether we've got a 10 out of 10 on our hands. We've had several 10 out of 10. So let's go. Remember to sound off. Question number 1. What was the name of the android character played by Lance Henriksen in Aliens? It was, of course, Bishop. Ash was one of the androids, not played by that actor. And it's Rook that is a kind of other version of him in Alien Romulus. That's where I got the idea for the question. But no, the correct answer to question number 1 is Bishop. 1 out of 1 for I, Quail. Addicted to Retro. 1 out of 1 for Danka. Who else? Skewy Cat, well done. Let's have a look over on Instaland. Yeah, Eds, well done, my friend. Well done to everyone that got the 1 out of 1. 0 out of 1 for Philip Hoy. Dr. Oculus got 1. DX5, not the best start. Commodore Man also didn't get that one. Let's see if you got the second one. Here we go. What's the name of the mercenary ship in 1997's Alien Resurrection? The answer is... it's Betty. The answer is Betty. Not the obvious choice for a mercenary ship, but there we go. That is the name of it. That's right. The Sulaco is in Aliens. 2 out of 2 for Skewy Cat. 1 out of 2 for Ponder. Dr. Oculus, 1 out of 2. Danker got 2 out of 2. Very, very good. Excellent work. Excellent work. Congratulations. Hello to Chris Pinks, Scott, Armin Expo. Over in Instagram land. What else we got? Right, question number 0 out of 2 for Philip Hoy. Bad luck, mate. Okay, question number 3. Here we go. How many rounds does the basic battery-powered M41A pulse rifle have when loaded as recommended? Okay, so it holds 100 rounds, but as recommended, you only load 95. Otherwise, it jams. And if you got that right, fair play. Well done, Marine. 3 out of 3 for Skewy Cat. Well done, you knew that. 2 out of 3 for Ponder. Addicted to Retro. 2 out of 3. Oh, yes, Skewy Cat. You had that question 3 weeks ago. Yes, but I phrased it differently. I often repeat questions, you know. It's my gift to you. 2 out of 3, Commodore Man. iQuail, 2 out of 3. Hello to Greg Obion. And Retro Yoshi 96. You're amongst friends, Retro Yoshi. Welcome to Wave Exploding Show, ladies and gentlemen. We do this every Sunday at 9 p.m. It just feels like 11 p.m. Where we talk everything retro, and we have a quiz for the last half an hour, and we're just coming up with the answers to that. What else is significant about the M41A pulse rifle? It's of course, it's got a grenade launcher, isn't it? It's got a grenade launcher, and importantly, the grenade doesn't go off until it penetrates flesh, whether that be mortal flesh of human beings, or whether it be the kind of acidic innards of an alien. Very effective for dispatching xenomorphs, I can tell you that. Hello, Jason. Peter. Ultra Blick. Hello, Peter. Great to see you. Hope I haven't massacred that name there, my friend. Great to have you on board. Welcome from YouTube. Rob H is also on YouTube. 1 out of 4 so far. Come on, dude. You can do better than that. 3 out of 4 for Ponder. 3 out of 4 for Addicted to Retro. Oh, are you from DX5's gang? Great. 2 out of 4. Philip, not doing bad, mate. 2 out of 4. Dr. Oculus. DX5, also 2 out of 4. And 4 out of 4 for Ed. Wow, dude, you are doing really well tonight. Question number 5. Here we go. In 2024's Alien Romulus, what's significant about the new F44AA pulse rifle? Well, the clue is in the AA, and the clue is also in the fact that I told you when I reviewed the film half an hour ago, it's aim assist. All right, nice to have you with us, Peter. Thank you for coming along. 5 out of 5 for Skewy Cat. Wow! 3 out of 5 for Ponder. Very respectable, my friend. 3 out of 5 for Addicted to Retro 2. 2 for Oculus. 4 for iQuail. Excellent work, people. 4 out of 5 for Danker too. And where are we? Hello, Trifle Nose. Nice to see you with us. And Paul Mansfield. Jack McGovern, 1, 2, 3. Lovely to see you too. Great to have you on board. 3 out of 5 for Phil Hoy. This is looking good. Have to move on now. Question number 6. Which of these elements do not appear in the 1990 arcade game Aliens? It's the nuke. And I know lots of you got it right because I saw it coming down. Yeah, you got face huggers. You got some non-alien lore aliens as well. Was it Konami made that game that they invented, like flying alien heads and things like that with wings. The power loader is in there. You get to tackle the queen alien with the power loader and chuck her down the aforementioned lift shaft. And the armoured personnel carrier, that badass flat thing where I remember the tyres drive over an alien and the acid destroys the tyres, and it's very tense. Konami, yeah. 4 out of 6 for Commodore. 4 out of 6 for Philip Hoy. Looking really good, Philip. Excellent work, dude. Hi, Jonah Hawker. How you doing? Greggy, Richie, Jack McGovern, and Bicon Robbins. Video games is saving you. Yes, indeed it is, Phil Hoy. Name the 1999 parody movie starring Sigourney Weaver. It was, of course, Galaxy Quest. Great movie. Writing this question made me want to rewatch it. About a bunch of actors in a failing science fiction TV show. I think they're at an expo or a kind of cosplay event doing an appearance at a Comic-Con style thing, and real aliens need help from really evil aliens out there in outer space, and they receive the television signals and they assume that Sigourney Weaver and Alan Rickman is in it, I think, and all the other actors are real Space Commander heroes. They're not, they're actors, and they're pretty useless, but they have to go into battle. It's really good, it's really funny. Yeah, Aliens was at Timeless Arcade Club in Bury. That's an event that we went to a few weeks ago. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play it. Fireteam Elite came out on PS Plus recently, says Philip. Yeah, I love Fireteam Elite. Big fan of it. Sort of third person, isn't it? A bit like a Gears of War type engine. I've got it on my Steam Deck, I think. Never retreat, never surrender, says Skewy Cat. 5 out of 7 for Philip Hoy. Very good, Philip. Doing really, really well. 6 out of 7 for iQuail. 5 for Commodore Man. 3 and for DX5 and Rob H. Danker is also on 5, as is Addicted to Retro and Ponder. 7 out of 7 for Skewy Cat. Good God. And 3 out of 7 for Dr. Oculus. 7 out of 7 for Eds. Wow. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Let's see what we do with the last 3 questions. Are you going to drop the bomb or not? How about if I went, are you going to drop the bomb or not? That is the line from Forever Young by Alphaville. But I chose 3 other sort of nuclear war related tunes from a similar period. 99 Love Balloons, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes by Ultravox, And Enola Gay, of course, again by Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. So well done if you got that right, as did, I think iQuail got that right. 5 out of 8 for Danka. 8 out of 8 for Skewy Cat. Big shout out to you. 6 for Ponder. 4 for Rob. 4 out of 8 for DX5. We're going to move quickly on. Quickly on. Rice Stars, how you doing? Just came back from watching Romulus. So sorry for missing the stream. What a shame. If you've just seen Alien Romulus, you would have done really, really well, because 6 of our questions into this evening's 10 in the way of the exploding quiz are dedicated, believe it or not, to the Alien franchise. All about the Aliens franchise. And also, we did a review of Alien Romulus at the start of this stream. Did you enjoy it? What did you think to the third act? Let us know. I'd be really interested to know. Fan of the third act? Or was it a little bit extreme for you? A little bit strange and weird? Which are not necessarily bad things when you're making horror. Anyway, good to see you, Rice Stars. Thanks for joining us on Instagram. Ed's 7 out of 8. Right, okay, so question number 9. Which film featured here also featured an OMD track? The answer is, of course, Pretty in Pink. It's a picture Pretty in Pink. I forget which track it was. Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. Can anyone tell me? Let's find out. OMD, Pretty in Pink. Let's have a look. If You Leave. It's called If You Leave. That's the tune that was featured in the movie. I love the way that a lot of the 80s musical acts marketed their tunes and had a great deal of success doing so by featuring them in some of our favourite movies. Okay, and finally, question number 10. In fact, before we do that, 4 out of 9 for DX5, 7 out of 9 for Commodore Man. Danka is on 6, as is Addicted to Retro. Dr. Oculus, 5 out of 9. Some big scores this week. I'm really impressed. iQuail, 8 out of 9. 9 out of 9 for Skewy Cat. Incredible. Could you do it? Could you be at least tied? 7 out of 9 for Ponder. Wow, it's close. It's really, really close. iQuail, 8 out of 9. Skewy Cat, 9 out of 9. Wow. Really interesting. Popping on over to our peeps on the Instagram. Good to see you too, Rice Stars. 8 out of 9 for Eds. You could be in with a chance. It's so tight. We've got, I think, 3 contenders for the top spot. We've got 3 contenders for the top spot. Let me just put my favourite tune on. The regular tune of the week. Love Me or Let Me Go. Okay. Question number 10. It's been up on the screen for a while. What were some of the leading actors in Pretty in Pink? Also in, the answer is, of course, the Brat Pack. There's a documentary about the Brat Pack, isn't there? Called Brats. It was a Hulu-made documentary, and I think it's on... What is it on? Would it be on Netflix or Prime? Let me know. I really want to watch it. I just haven't had time. 9 out of 10 for iQuail. Well done. Fine result, my friend. 7 out of 10 for Danka. 9 out of 10... 7 out of 10 for Ponder. Addicted to Retro 2. 10 out of 10 for Skewy Cat, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a 10 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10 from Commodore Man. We've got the final score over on Instagram. Eds, hit me up with your score. 5 out of 10 for Rob H. 5 out of 10 for Phil Hoy. You did really well there, bro. Really well this week. Then it's a Disney Plus documentary, apparently, if it comes from Hulu, according to iQual. Yeah, I was looking at Disney Plus earlier in the week. 4 out of 10 for DX5. We need more musical questions, don't we, my friend? I think we're there. I think we should give Big GG's a huge congratulations going out to the one, the only. We'll just double check. It's very difficult to see everything move so quickly. Yeah, Skewy Cat. I think Skewy Cat has done it. Where are we? Yep, Skewy Cat is this week's winner. What did we get to? Thanks, Ed. 8 out of 10, very good. See you in 2 weeks, yeah. Not here next Sunday. But assuming I get my X account resolved, we'll do a brief watch-along where I preview the 2 promos, the teaser promos that I've got for our movie. You know the deal. It's called Control AI Delete. Go along to controlaidelete.net. Do yourself a favour. Get on the newsletter, which I write from this very computer. I'll write another one in a few days' time. It'll keep you up to speed with this amazing project where we're making a great movie, which is going to kickstart on the 27th of September. And all I'll do is I'll remind you when it goes live. That's all the newsletter is for. Your email will not go anywhere else. Congratulations to Skewy Cat and to everyone for taking part. Sorry that we have some technical issues at the beginning, but it's been a lot of fun. Love you guys. Have a great week. Let's just play ourselves out with this amazing monument to Synthtopia. There we go. How good is that timing? I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, but I'll also make sure that I do a quick live for 20 minutes or so in the week. Have a great week. See you soon.